serving as bond and tax counsel in connection with a tax-exempt financing that will benefit Luthercare, which is a nonprofit continuing care retirement community. They are undertaking the financing both in Lancaster County, which is their home county headquarters in the borough of Litz, and are also desirous of refinancing some work that they've done at their Spang Crest property here in Lebanon County. Under the requirements of the Internal Revenue Code, anytime a non-governmental enterprise is the beneficiary of tax-exempt financing, we need to get approval of elected officials who have jurisdiction over the location of the project. This approval is really just, in a sense, saying it's okay for them to benefit from tax-exempt financing, that the county has no objection to their getting that benefit. The benefit, of course, is lower interest cost on the debt that finance the improvements. There's no obligation of the county. The county's not approving the project in any other respect. The project that was undertaken in Spang Crest is actually largely completed. They had a taxable conventional mortgage financing from M&T Bank, and they, over the last probably 3 years, spent about $4 million on a variety of improvements. They've, in some sense, almost rebuilt Spang Crest. They've done a lot of structural replacements of boilers and HVAC and wiring. They've added, I think, 18 additional assisted living type accommodations. They've improved or renovated the skilled nursing center, put in a new kitchen, a new dining center, new community room. So a variety of improvements sort of across the board just to renovate, freshen the facility and so forth. They are undertaking an expansion of their Hershey wing down at their main campus, Luther Acres in Litz, and that project's about an $8 million project, so they'd like to take the $3.5 million to $4 million that's outstanding on their conventional loan and roll that into the tax-exempt financing that they'll be doing. That financing will actually be done by the Lancaster County Hospital Authority. There was a public hearing that was advertised both in the Lancaster and the Lebanon papers to solicit any public comment on using tax-exempt financing for this purpose. The hearing was held last week in the office of the solicitor to the hospital authority. I brought with me a letter from the attorney at McNeese, Wallace & Urich, who chaired that hearing with a summary. Frankly, other than the representatives of Luthercare, myself, and the members of the board, no members of the public attended the hearing, so there were no comments, yea or nay. The resolution before you would implement that approval. It recites, the description of what we just talked about, who Luthercare is and what the requirement is under the law, the fact that a hearing was held, and that the code requires approval of tax-exempt financing for the benefit of Luthercare in order for us to proceed with tax-exempt financing. The total amount of the borrowing will be not more than $11 million. Of that, about $4 million or less will be allocable to spending in Lebanon County.
So,
Second.
any questions? All those in favor consent to saying aye.
Aye.